So what we're looking at on the screen is kind of how we're going to kind of walk through this. What you look at is this is a graph, which is all of the noise in a marketplace tracked from 1900 to 2030. This is the total amount of noise. Now, this isn't domestic United States noise, so just kind of keep this in mind. Now, what we're talking about is when we think about marketing, one of the biggest jobs of marketing is to break through the noise, and then second, to motivate consumer action. So when we think about breaking through the noise, the question we have to ask is, what is the noise? Is it louder? Is it more? Is it different? What is it? And what I did is I researched, like I said, from 1900 to 2030. And what I really found was starting in about 1990, we see a different type of noise starting to be created. And this is the transition from the limited media era to the infinite media era. Now, the limited media era simply means that the creation of media is limited by three factors. It's limited by creation, distribution, and access. Now, if you think about creating media at any point in time prior to 1990, it was very manual. In fact, my father was a print shop teacher, meaning that if you created an advertisement in the 70s or 80s, it was very likely you were doing it by hand, then taking pictures. It was manual creation. The whole point here is to overcome any of those barriers to creating, to distributing, or to accessing content, you needed capital, right? So we saw a very specific type of noise in the market. Now, I want you to realize, look at the actual line itself. If you see that pink line at the bottom, notice it has a bump and a plateau line, meaning that each time there's a new medium that enters the marketplace, the level of noise rises, but then it quickly flattens out and it does not pass that point until the next medium enters the marketplace and more noise can be created. So what does that mean? That means there is no demand for business-generated noise in a marketplace. Now look at the other color, which is the dark red. And notice how it starts in 1990, and then it's an exponential growth curve continuing, and it is at a fast growing pace. It does not follow any of the other trends. Now, this is consumer generated noise. And what happens in 2009, consumers become the largest creators of noise in the entire marketplace.